Welcome everybody to the Cumberland Police Department Oath of Office ceremony. I'd like to introduce the Mayor of Cumberland, Mayor Ray Morris, Councilman Eugene Frazier, Councilman Cioni, and Councilwoman Laurie Marchini. So all of you have come to our department during the officers' parade rest. All of you have come to our agency during the pandemic, and I apologize that we have not been able to have a lot of our usual ceremonies that we usually have. One tradition that we do have in our department is the oath of office. The oath of office is a process in which you swear before the mayor to fulfill your duties and to protect this city to its utmost. But you guys know, because of the crazy year last year, we've been holding off doing this ceremony until the proper time. But it looks like the ideal opportunity would never come, so we decided to go ahead and get together and do a version of the swearing in order to make you all official police officers. Unfortunately, this will look a little different than what we usually do, but due to the pandemic, I think you guys are kind of used to that by now. Some of you were denied your graduation ceremonies and such, so I really appreciate your understanding and helping us get this done. All of you are in various stages of your careers. Some of you are still on field training, and some of you are working on your own as probationary officers. Regardless, never be done learning your jobs. You know by now this is a dynamic career and it changes every day. Take every opportunity you can to learn everything you can. There's no way of knowing what situation you'll find yourselves in next. And remember, when you're through learning, you are through. All of you have answered the call to be law enforcement officers, like many of us who stood in this room before you to take the oath of office. I really appreciate that. The city really appreciates you stepping up to do a job that's hard to do. Some of you have had friends and family members who have also been police officers. Rest assured, you have chosen a noble and rewarding career. That's regardless of what you're being told by some people. It is an honorable and respected position. Don't let anybody twist that up in your head. Do not be ashamed of your profession and who you are. It's okay to stand up straight and be proud of being a police officer. You are all part of a respected department, and I know you will continue to represent us well. You guys have found that your lives have changed a little bit. You've received special training and are more intuitive than those around you. You have found yourself becoming experts in human behavior through all of your experiences, both good experiences and bad experiences. And you'll continue to do that and refine those skills throughout the rest of your lives. I think you guys have found that already in your careers, you've experienced some awkward moments, even those that have been close to you your whole life. Suddenly, some people aren't real sure how to act around you because you're police officers now. I want you to be assured that that will level itself out, that will work itself out. Just remember to always be humble and compassionate and work to have positive interactions with everyone around you, always. Many of you have also noticed that your words carry a lot more weight than they did a year ago when you were civilians. Your opinions now are not only your opinions, but suddenly, by wearing a uniform, you find yourself being a spokesperson for the entire criminal justice system. Let this be a lesson to always speak with professional, unbiased candor expected from a respected police officer. You guys have also found, and this one's a little tough, that you're now expected to be superheroes. You're supposed to always make the right decision, even under high stress, and never make a mistake. You found that people are now sitting in judgment of you even more than before. Now, most people realize that being perfect is not possible, and they are understanding. Others will not be so understanding. But as long as you remember to always strive to be your best and do right, and when you're not, learn from it. Also, know that you will get tired and frustrated at times in this career. It's the nature of the job. But don't let it eat you up and become detrimental to you. Recognize fatigue and ask for help. You are all well aware now that our department has a large support system of mentors available to you to help you. Never fear reaching out to them for any help you need. So now you guys are all part of the Cumberland community. You're embedded in its history, culture, and values. You guys have already touched many lives, and you will be touching many more lives in this community. You will be leaving a legacy here, so make sure it's a positive one. You are not only the watchdogs who protect everyone who live here, but you are responsible for doing all you can do to improve the quality of life of the people who live here. Remember to respect everyone, even if they don't respect you. Our motto here is protecting and respecting, so always try to strive to live by that. Now, Honorable Mayor Ray Morris will administer the oath of office. Officers, attention!
I state your name. Excuse me. I started off wrong. Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
Joshua Roberts. Cayleb Broadwater.
Duncan Cramer. Jeffrey Clark.
Cameron Gibbner.
Andrew Opel.
Alexander Brooks.
Jacob Martel.
Do hereby solemnly promise and swear
Do hereby solemnly promise and swear
that I will support the laws and Constitution
that I will support the laws and Constitution
of the United States of America,
of the United States of America,
of the state of Maryland,
of the state of Maryland,
and of the city of Cumberland,
and of the city of Cumberland,
that I will faithfully perform my duties
that I will faithfully perform my duties
as a police officer of the city of Cumberland,
as a police officer of the city of Cumberland,
courageously and diligently,
courageously and diligently,
and to the best of my ability,
and to the best of my abilities,
that I will obey any lawful summons or command
that I will obey any lawful summons or command
given me by a superior officer,
given me by a superior officer,
and accord them proper dignity and respect.
and accord them proper dignity and respect.
And I do further solemnly promise and declare
And I do further solemnly promise and declare
that I will remain steadfast in this my obligation
that I will remain steadfast in this my obligation
as a police officer of the city of Cumberland.
as a police officer of the city of Cumberland.
So do I declare.
So do I declare.
Officers, pray rest. Thank you, guys. Now we'll do an introduction, call you up, and you can receive your oath of office certificates from Mayor Morris. First, I'd like to introduce Officer Joshua Christopher Roberts. Officer Roberts is a native here of Cumberland. He graduated from Fort Hill High School in 2015. He subsequently attended Frostburg State University, where he earned a Bachelor of Science in Criminal Justice. He was then hired, he served as an intern with us, actually, and spent a semester with us as an intern while he was at Frostburg State. He then was hired by us and eventually graduated from the Carroll County Police Academy, graduating last year. Officer Roberts. I'd like to introduce Officer Cayleb Elijah Broadwater. Officer Broadwater is a native of Garrett County. He graduated from Northern High School in 2017. He then attended Allegheny Community College, and he graduated with a degree in criminal justice. He was eventually hired by us and attended the Prince George's College, Community College Police Academy, graduating last year as well. Officer Broadwater. I'd like to introduce Officer Duncan Nathaniel Cramer. Officer Cramer is another native of Cumberland. He graduated from Fort Hill High School in 2015. He also attended Allegheny College of Maryland and then attended Frostburg State University, earning a bachelor's degree in political science. He was eventually hired by us and also attended the Prince George's County Police Academy, graduating last year. Officer Cramer. I'd like to introduce Officer Jeffrey Sean Clark. Officer Clark is from Burlington, West Virginia. He graduated from Kaiser High School in 2015. He was eventually hired by us and just graduated this year from the Washington County Police Academy. Officer Clark. And I'd like to introduce Officer Cameron Dalton Gibbner. Officer Gibbner is from Hyman, Pennsylvania. He graduated from the Hyman Charter School in 2017. He attended Allegheny College of Maryland and earned an associate's degree in criminal justice. He was eventually hired by us and graduated from the Washington County Police Academy just a few months ago. Officer Gibbner. Officer Andrew Keith Opel. Officer Opel is from Lonoconie, Maryland. He graduated from the Christian Liberty School in 2006. He enlisted in the military where he served for 7 years as a military police officer with the United States Air Force. He was eventually hired by us and graduated from the Washington County Police Academy just last month, I believe. So, Officer Opel. Now I'd like to introduce Officer Alexander Stephen Brooks. Officer Brooks is actually from Canova, West Virginia, south of here. He recently transferred to our area and now resides in Cumberland. He worked at the Canova Police Department and he graduated from Spring Valley High School in Huntington, West Virginia. He attended the West Virginia Police Academy in 2018. After he moved to the area up here, he sought employment with us, and we gladly hired him. And he attended a comparative Maryland Academy here just this year. Officer Brooks. Officer Jacob Patrick Martel. Officer Martel is a native of Garrett County. He graduated from Northern High School in 2012. After high school, he joined the military and served 3 years with the United States Air Force and in the Air National Guard. He was actually hired by us in 2015, and we sent him to the Hagerstown Community College Police Academy. He took a little break from us and actually joined the Anne Arundel County Police Force for about a year. He decided to return to us, which we were glad, and he returned here and just becoming employed again with us here this past year. Officer Martel. Thank you, gentlemen. I again like to express my appreciation for you guys choosing to join us. Again, apologize for not all the big pomp circumstances that we have all the time. But now I'd like to invite Mayor Morris to say a few words.
I just want to let you all know what an honor and a privilege it is to me to swear you all in as officers of the Cumberland Police Department. Take heed to the remarks made earlier by Chief Ternent. As officers in Cumberland, you will be held to a very high standard. But I will say this, I think the highest standard that you will be held to should be your own standard for yourself and for your conduct. And in that, I know that with the chief and our other officers, they will lead by their example. So welcome to the Cumberland Police Department. Anything that we as a mayor and city council can do for you, please let us know. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mayor. Councilman Cioni, would you like to say a few words? Come up here if you would, please.
Thank you, Mayor. I was sitting up there thinking, guys, that of all the things we get to do as elected officials, this is probably up at the top of my list, is honoring you guys, welcoming a new group of you to our police force. Just a couple of things. One, I don't think there's probably not a greater calling than to be called to serve other people. And I don't have to tell you that a lot of times the situations you're dealing with, it'd be easy to think maybe those folks don't need your service or don't want your service, and probably that's just the opposite. So I heard some really great words from the chief about compassion and serving people with compassion and empathy, and I would encourage that. The other thing I'd say is you have really top flight leaders here in this police department to model yourselves after as an officer and as a human being. And I want to welcome you to the city. I think we're a city that's on the rise, and I'm glad to have so many young faces here among us to help us continue to grow our city and improve our city. So thank you all for being interested enough to be an integral part of our city. Thank you, and best of luck to you.
Thank you, Councilman. Mr. Frazier, would you like to say a few words?
First of all, thank you guys very much for coming on board. You know, I know a lot of the officers. I know a lot of them. I knew some of them before I became a councilman. You know, I lived here all my life. And then I, met a lot more of them since I've been here. And all have set fine examples of what a police officer should be. And I hope you guys will continue the tradition. And as you're around me more, you know I'm more of a poet. So I'm going to read a poem I wrote back early this summer about when we had the thing for the Everyday Blues. And it's about you guys. And here's what I want to read real quick. It says, "You do your job each and every day, and you do it in the correct way. Day in and day out, you're always there, showing you're committed and you care. Our safety and lives depend on you and all the things every day you do. From telling us how to get somewhere to suspects with their hands in the air. Serve and protect are words you go by, and on you we know we can rely. Your family pays a price like you do, and for that we want to thank them too. Any given day, you risk your life. with individuals full of strife. You handled this the way it should be and set an example all should see. Keep up the good work. You got it right. You are our area's shining light. Thank you again for all that you do as a fine example of the blue. And gentlemen, I write poetry from my heart, and that's what I feel about our police department. That's what, if anything I can do for you guys, I will gladly do. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Frazier. Ms. Marchini?
I want to say congratulations for all of your accomplishments so far, and I know you will do us proud. You are joining the most, in my opinion, the most respected police force in a small city, and it's certainly one of the most accredited in the country. So you joined some very, very professional, wonderful people. And I want to disagree with one thing Chief Ternent said, and that it's you are superheroes, especially to take this on at this time. You are superheroes in my book, and I think in all of our books. So, and I also want to apologize to you that your families aren't here, because as a mom, I can tell you how much it would mean to me to see my son standing here. I'm sure that your families are frightened for you, but they're also overwhelmingly proud of you. So I'm feeling all this mom pride here. So I just want to extend that to all of you. And thank you for stepping up to do this job that might not be popular right now, but it is a most courageous position. And we are here for you, whatever you need, and know that you have our deepest respect and support always. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Appreciate it. Well, guys, that wasn't too hard, right? All right. Got just a couple more closing remarks. Again, I just want to express my appreciation to you. You guys know that myself and my staff are always here for you. Your sergeants and corporals are there for you, and we're going to try to mentor you and help you out every step of the way. You know my door's usually open. Anything you guys need, go reach out, talk to Andy. It's all, okay? I want to close by reading one of my favorite speeches. You may have seen it around the station. I made little cards up one time and posted around the station with Teddy Roosevelt's speech from 1910. It's known as the Man in the Arena. And you guys have been called into the patrol commander's office. You'll see hanging on the wall behind his desk as well. So this is from Teddy Roosevelt, the Man in the Arena. It's very fitting to our careers, I think. It's not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, or where the doer of the deeds could have done better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs and comes up short again and again, because there is no effort without error and shortcoming, but who does actually strive to do the deeds, who knows great enthusiasms, great devotions, who spends himself in a worthy cause, who at the best knows in the end triumph of high achievement, and who at the worst, if he fails, at least he fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who neither know victory nor defeat. That's very fitting to police work. You guys have answered the call. You are in the arena night after night, day after day, out there protecting the community members. Getting all bloody, sweaty, and dusty, which occasionally you do, and you will make mistakes, but learn from them and strive to always do better. So, myself and the staff just want to say congratulations and thank you very much, and watch out for each other. Thank you.